well this week and finding calm and balance in this time. As we start reflecting onto what could be a little bit more of a longer time, as we are listening closely, I want you to turn your attention a little bit more inwards. Not putting pressure on ourselves, because I'm not a big fan of putting pressure on ourselves, but thinking about what are you learning about yourself in this time. This doesn't mean about what projects you're doing, what crazy things you've been up to, or if you've remodeled the garden or written your first novel. I want you to think a little bit more internally about yourself. And my children are my greatest teachers, and I've had this wonderful time where I've been privileged to start some homeschooling journey with them. And it's been really interesting seeing their different sides of their personality come through. And my eldest, she loves going to school, she truly does. And so in this time, I've encouraged her to listen a bit more to herself, to think about not what the teacher wants her to learn, not what the curriculum wants her to learn, but to think about what she wants to learn. And I do a lot of work with very young children, and I love free expression. So a lot of our artwork has been focused in on, you may paint a picture. You can draw a picture, paint a picture, experiment with lines, experiment with everything else. And she's been frustrated with her results. She's liked it, and then she's looked at something else and gone, but I don't like it as much as somebody else's. So I thought, well, okay, let's have a little bit of a think. We did a tutorial, and you may have seen on my Instagram or my Facebook, she created the most wonderful artwork using a tutorial. She's so proud of herself, and I think quite justifiably so. Yeah, you like it too, don't you? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. She likes learning through modelling at the moment. So perhaps by maybe letting her create some wonderful pieces of masterpieces, she can learn that actually the next time perhaps she can use these ideas but take them in her own way, in her own expression, and trying to do this in a gentle way. So learning about myself, my diary, we've been talking about it. I try and write down my 5 bits of gratitude. This week it's been focusing on the most fabulous peonies that have been delivered. My favourite flower, they go from something so small, something so tiny, to the most gorgeous, the size of your hand type flower. And focusing in on that. By coming down every morning and encouraging my second child to come down, have a look at these, we're developing our attitudes to gratitude, which is another thing I was listening to this week. Anyway, so I hope you're finding some introspection. I hope you're finding some things that you're learning about this week. But let's crack on and do some yoga. So come and lie down. Find yourself in a comfortable position. And close your eyes. Take a few moments. We very rarely come down and settle into a comfortable position straight off. So let's have a think about finding and adjusting and moving to where you're comfortable. Your legs can be out or bent as mine are. And let's just have a little tune into our body, tuning in, feeling ourselves. Work out if there are any aches this week, or any places of discomfort. And don't worry about them, just tune in and notice them. So the mind starts to settle. This is your time, no one else's. Yours to be with you and to listen to your body, to learn what your body wants to do today. When you feel ready, just gently place the hands low down on the lungs, and as you breathe in through the nose, try and make so the hands are coming up, the body's coming out and down to the floor. Breathing in deeply. Focusing on your inhale, pause, the exhale and the pause. When you finish a breath cycle, move the hands up a little way. And direct the breath in here. Your time, your body, your breath, you. You finish a breath cycle, bring the hands to the upper lobes. When you feel ready, just take the hands out to the side and breathe in fully and deeply, really tuning in to how your body needs to be today. You feel ready, hugging in one knee and then the other. Gently rock from side to side. Releasing that lower back into the floor. You can take your hands behind your thighs or to the calves, or come and hold the inside of your feet as you rock from side to side. Happy baby. And then putting the feet down and gently roll onto your side in a fetal position. Hands out in the O clock at 3 o'clock. Breathe in, taking the hand up, round and back. And you can keep your body upright, or you can open up your whole side body. And again, find where it is that you can pause, where it feels good for you to open up your body today. Maybe completing one more circle before stretching out those legs and rolling over onto your shoulder. Feeling that shoulder stretch. And eking your way up, gently rolling onto the other side. And again, take your time. Breathe in, take the hand up, over and round. Finding where your body and your shoulders and your back need to be this morning. Pausing at an O clock if you wish, before continuing round, opening up those shoulders. And completing one more before stretching out those legs and rolling over onto that shoulder. Again, you might need to play around with the angle where it goes to find where that stretch feels good. And then very slowly coming on up to a comfortable seat. Oh, when you feel ready, find yourself in a comfortable position, either on the floor, on a block, however it needs to be for you. And then sitting up nice and tall, breathing in deeply, rolling the shoulders back. Drop the chin down to the chest, breathe in, chin over to the shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest, inhale over to the shoulder. Gently warming up that neck. When you come over to one side, just hold it there, ear to the shoulder, shoulder to the ear. You can weight out the other arm. You can add a little extra, no pulling, no yanking, be kind to your body. Or you can give that neck a little bit of a squeeze on the side. Release, exhale down, inhale over to the other shoulder. Stretch it over, weight the arm out. Again, be gentle to yourself. Release, exhale down, keeping the height in the spine, interlink the fingers. Just add a little extra weight on the back of that head. Lovely, release, inhale, sitting up nice and tall. Stretch the legs out, give them a little bit of a wriggle. Cross one over, just warm up those feet. A little bit of a foot massage, bit of a pointing, bit of flexing, however you need to be, listening to your body. Picking up the leg, rocking into that hip joint just a little. Before swapping it round. Same treatment. And these times, listening to what you need to be doing, what you're learning, how you're growing. When it feels good, you can have that little moment of gratitude saying, oh, yeah, I'll do that again. It feels good and my body deserves this. I deserve this. Not very good at giving ourselves all the things we deserve. Picking up the leg, gently rocking into our hips. And then stretching it out. We're going to do a nice little twist. So sitting up nice and tall, roll the shoulders down. Pick up one leg. Now you can keep it here or you can cross it over. Nice and tall, my right leg is over, so I'm going to hold my knee with my left hand. I'm going to come nice and tall, shine through my heart chakra as I twist round. So with my opposite hand, I'm pulling that leg up and I should get a nice stretch on the outside of that leg. The hand behind you can be used to lift you up. Hand and knee help you twist. Breathe in deeply. And exhale. Inhale, lift and come back to center. Release the leg. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Then the other leg. Again, you can keep it here or you can cross it over, whichever is comfortable to you. My left leg held by my right hand, sitting up nice and tall as you twist all the way around. Breathing in deeply and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. come back to centre. Now we're going to widen our legs into an open position, and we're going to sit nice and tall. And we're going to start by stirring the churn in the mill, or stirring the chocolate pot, clasping our fingers, breathing in, coming down one leg, and out as you come round and in. Breathe in and exhale. Stirring around, warming ourselves into our lower back, into our hips, and really getting into those nice muscles. Widening it and lengthening it if you can. And then making them a little bit smaller. And we're going to repeat the other way, but we're going to cross the thumbs over and pleat our fingers in the opposite direction to keep us mindful about our body. Just breathe in and out and round. And I really encourage you in these to listen to your body. Don't try and keep in time with me. Always think, I often practice my eyes closed, so I'm not thinking about anything else apart from what I'm finding feels good to me. Lovely. Now I'm making it a little bit smaller. Now you're going to need your yoga belt for this moment. If you don't have a yoga belt, grab a normal belt or grab a dog lead. I did have my yoga belt and I bought it somewhere, picked it up, brought it down. No idea where that was being put. I'll find it at some point later on today. So I'm going to use the handle and I'm going to bend my left leg in and I'm going to work on my right leg. I've put the handy dog lead handle around my foot and I'm taking the belt to the outside of my right leg. I'm going to sit up nice and tall and I'm going to twist towards my bent knee and I'm going to try and hold the lead or the belt in my left hand. I'm going to sit up nice and tall and twist open, sort of nice open twist. I'm going to breathe in and I'm going to ballet up my arm and bring it over to my leg. I'm not a ballerina. It's how I imagine I'd look. I possibly won't watch this part of the video. It might spoil my image of myself looking all elegant and Swan Lakey. But it feels good, so that's all good. And in this position, you really want to be opening up. So you've got a nice shoulder stretch by pulling on that belt behind you. And you're opening up into those legs. And you should get a nice stretch at the back of your leg, the side body. As you breathe in, lengthen, breathe out, come down. You don't want to rush these sorts of poses. They're meant to make you feel good. Lovely. Breathe in, lift up and return. You can release your belt if you like. And this time we're going to keep with this leg, so don't switch your legs around. Breathe in, lift up, and this time I'm going to look towards my long leg. I can take my belt, I can do a nice little lasso, makes me feel all cool. Sitting up nice and tall, lift up, and I'm going to try and bring my heart chakra down to my knee and my nose towards my toes because I don't want to hunch back. I want to come nice and long. Again, you can hold onto the leg. You don't technically need the belt in this position. Hold onto the leg, hold onto the calf, hold onto the ankle, hold onto the foot. Go crazy. But just try and work your way down. Keep that nice bit of length in the body, working with the breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. Just a couple more breaths. And on the last exhale, I want you just to hunch the back, let the nose go down, add a little extra weight. Inhale, exhale. And then slowly work your way up. Whew. Release out those legs and bend the other leg. Sitting up nice and tall, lasso around the other leg and take the belt again to the outside. Nice and tall, sit up, twist towards your bent knee, and here you want to hold on to your belt in the other hand. Twisting towards your bent knee, sitting up beautifully tall, shoulders back and relaxed, and we're going to swan lake, breathing in and coming down to the other foot. Again, one can feel I'm a bit stiffer on this side, but that's okay. Listening to the body. Using that breath to find where you feel good. And then when you feel ready, lifting up. We're going to repeat the other exercise that we did on the other leg. So sitting up nice and tall, twist towards the long leg, lasso your foot, lift up nice and tall, heart chakra to your knee, nose to your toes. Find out where that leg feels good, where your flexibility is today. Find out where it is and then push a little, not to the place where you get to discomfort, but using that breath to help you. Add a little bit extra by just, on your next exhale, just let the head hang heavy, add a little extra weight, use a bit of extra gravity. And then slowly work your way upwards. Wonderful. When you feel ready, release those legs. I'm going to come over into our tabletop position. And when you're ready, taking the hands below the shoulders, the knees below the hips. Breathe in, lift up the head. Breathe out, arch. A few cat-cows. Again, I really want you to listen to your body. Mine always tells me to do more of a cat-cow roll. This suits my body better. You do what feels good for you while you mobilise your spine. And hopefully make yourself feel a bit better today. Or if you need to do some side to sides or wag the tail, however it is for you. I feel my back clicking. I'm sure I'll feel much better after all that. Fantastic. Right, when you feel ready, open up the knees. We're just going to drop back into a child's pose just to relax for a few moments. Inhale and exhale. One more deep breath. Bringing the hands forward, back to tabletop. And tuck your knees underneath. Tuck your toes underneath even. You know I mix up my body parts. And when you breathe in, lift up and send those heels back, downward dog. Pedal out those knees. Feel the stretch. And then walk your feet towards your hands. Take hold of your elbows and gently rock from side to side. And slowly make your way upwards. Lovely. When you're feeling comfortable, we're just going to take a moment in mountain. Make ourselves feel comfortable, roll the shoulders back and feel the weight balance. Shifting the weight over to one side, I'm going to direct from my left leg. I can't reverse this, don't worry. I've mixed up body parts, don't even get me on left and right. I'm going to pick up my right knee. Taking hold of my right knee with my left hand, I'm going to lift up nice and tall and I'm going to twist over. Similar to the twist we did at the beginning, but here we're adding in a bit of core work as we add in a balance. Breathing in deeply. And return. Leg down. Find your centre, find your balance. Bend the knees slightly and shift over to the right leg, lifting up the left. Nice and tall, take hold of the left knee with the right hand. Lift up nice and tall. Try and twist round. If you need to grab hold of something, just grab hold of something. Try not to fall over. It's not a good look, even if you're alone in your lounge. Breathing in deeply. Find that centre, find the core. Use the toes. Use the micro bend in the standing knee. And then slowly come back and relax. Lovely. We're going to open up our legs and we're going to take our toes out to sort of 10 and 2 o'clock. I'm going to take my hands to my hip crease and I'm going to stand up, be nice and tall, shoulders relaxing down, core strong as I lean forward. Now here I can use my hands to push back on those thighs, get a nice thigh stretch. And then slowly I'm going to bend forwards. If you find you need to, I'm just finding my heels want to come out a little bit so my feet are parallel. You can do so, you can grab hold of a block or a chair, but work your way down and feel that stretch. You can press your hips from side to side, you could do a mini lunge if you need to, stretching out all those muscles in your legs. And then 2 ways to come up, either bend the knees and roll up, or come up to flat back and hinge up. Come up in a way that feels safe and comfortable for you. Bring the heels back in, 10 and 2 o'clock. We're going to come into a goddess pose just to tune up those legs. Core strong, hands in prayer. Gently work your way down. Now how low you go, it's up to you. You try and experiment here, nice and strong. This links into our pelvic chakra. This symbolises water, so you don't have to remain stagnant and still. In fact, movement is encouraged. So you work your way from side to side, up and down. You can play around with lifting a heel or the other heel, but finding out what feels good for you. It's always good to have a little bit of a goddess. Core strong, feel those legs, feel those glutes tuning up. Again, don't necessarily think you've got to do what I'm doing. Really listen to your body, find out what movements feel good for you here. And then when you feel ready, rolling back up, bring the feet in. Whew. Breathing in, lifting up. We're going to come back down to the floor. Breathe out, bend the knees, take one knee back and the other. I'm going to lie down. We're going to continue working on our hips before relaxation. So lying down, nice and long, take a few deep inhales. Roll your feet so they point upwards towards the ceiling. Deep inhale. And as you exhale, hug your right knee in. Hold on to it and enjoy that. Taking hold of your belt, we're going to place it around the foot. Breathe in, pull. Breathe out, lift. Now here I want you to experiment with where your leg needs to go. You can move this, you can keep fairly stagnant, but really working with your breath, as they can go quite long. Not so much with the dog lead, just like that. You can go quite long, or you can work on pulling it upwards. Breathing in deeply. Take both sides of the belt in one hand, the same arm that the leg's up, so it's my right leg, my right hand, and I'm going to either hold onto my hip with my left hand or open it out to the side. As I take my leg out, I've got to be a bit careful here because I don't want to knock the flowers over, but you can go crazy, you can do circles. Find out where it feels good for you and your body to open up that hip joint. Breathing in deeply and exhale. When you're ready, bending the knee, releasing the belt and settling back down. Feel that leg feeling about 6 inches longer than the other. Rotate the feet up to point towards the ceiling, breathe in. And on the exhale, hug in the other leg. Wrapping your belt with your dog lead around it. Breathe in deeply. Exhale, lift. And again, the same as the other time, experiment with where this leg wants to be, where the stretch feels good. What do you need to work on? And so we learn from ourselves. Often we don't listen to what our body's trying to tell us. Taking the belt in the same hand that the leg is up and either holding onto your hip or opening up the hand. Work out with where the circle or the side stretch needs to be. You might like the circles, you might like to stay still, you might need to be low, high, go crazy. This isn't about anyone else, this is just you and your time. And the knee, release, and stretch the legs away. Enjoy that feeling of length in the body. Feel the breath flowing in. Bending the knees up, feet flat on the floor. Nice deep inhale. As you exhale, drop the knees over to one side. You can let the head nod to the other. Let the breath flow in. Inhale the knees up and exhale to the other side. Inhale the legs up and stretch out into your position that's comfortable for Shavasana. breath flowing in, the breath flowing out. Whilst we're here, we're going to do a body scan. Wriggle the toes and then let them relax. The feet, the ankles roll out slightly. Calves and the knees, you can lift and relax. Once you can do the hips, a nice little slide from side to side. Let them relax. For the lower abdominals, breathe in, rise up, soften. The shoulders roll back and into the floor, and the arms just fall out. Fingers, gentle curl to them. Throat open. Jaw with a wriggle from side to side. Inhale in through the nose and exhale with the mouth. Feel the body settle. Here you can think of your affirmations. What can you learn from listening to yourself? What do you like doing? What makes you feel good? What makes you feel better? Know that you are enough in all that you do. You show up, be your best self. You relax knowing that you are perfectly you. You need be nothing else. You need to be not like anybody else. You just need to be your true, authentic self. And shape your attitude, your gratitude, knowing that you have been made perfectly you. You are enough.